Hello, my name's Emma McNally and I'm an NLP trainer.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Everington, and I am a teacher and NLP trainer.
And today we're going to be talking to you about anchoring. We are doing a very condensed short video for you to give you the nuts and bolts of what anchoring is all about. So Elizabeth, can you please tell us why anchoring is so important?
Yes, Emma, anchoring is a terrific tool to use in the classroom and beyond. You can use it for a whole range of different purposes and objectives. You can use it for yourself, and you can use it for individual students, and you can use it for a whole class. In exams, for relationships, parents, friends, social media, new situations like transition from one year group to another, revision, if you've got a resistant learner, support them to access a good state for revision, and of course for future. They will leave school, they will move on, and support them in that too.
Absolutely. So what is anchoring? So anchoring was discovered, first of all, many years ago. Pavlov's dog, you probably have heard of Pavlov. He did experiments with dogs. Basically, what he discovered was when food was brought out, a dog would salivate. He then brought out a bell and rang the bell, and clearly the dog didn't salivate. He combined the two together and over a number of times, bringing out the food and the bell at exactly the same time. He noticed that the dog salivated, then he took away the food, just ringing the bell, and again, the dog still salivated. So this is where it started. This idea that you could create a stimulus response, or a trigger that then creates a neurological pathway, fires off that pathway to a desired state. So what we do in NLP is we use it deliberately to create these new neurological pathways. So you can have visual anchors, so maybe a picture of a loved one. You can have an auditory anchor, so maybe listening to your favorite music. You can have a kinesthetic anchor, maybe a hug from a loved one. So again, these are all anchors that you could happen naturally, but what we do in NLP is choose when we want to create them and then be able to use them in those situations that Elizabeth told us about a minute ago. So over to you, Elizabeth.
So the starting point for this is the question, what do you want? What do you want more of? So if, for example, you're feeling nervous about something that's coming up, you may require more confidence. So this is a key question. If you're in a situation where you are feeling less than great, less than your best, ask for what you want. Do you want more confidence, more motivation, more intelligence, creativity, success, courage, anything? It is literally like going into a sweet shop full of sweets all over. You know those old Victorian sweet shops where you've got loads of choice? Well, this is exactly what this anchoring is for. You have got the choice of your emotional state. Choose what you want more of.
Beautiful, absolutely. And once you've chosen, you can create this anchor and then you can use it whenever you want it. So you literally have this superpower at the press of a finger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little demonstration with you, Elizabeth, if that's okay, to create a beautiful resource anchor. So if you're following the video, feel free to join in. And if you want more detail, then obviously contact one of us and we're happy to go through it in more detail with you. So, Elizabeth, if I was to help you create an anchor today, how would you want to feel? What would you like?
I'll take confidence, please.
You would take confidence? Okay.
I will. An ounce of confidence.
Excellent. So where would you like that anchor to be?
I'll anchor it to my earlobe because that's easily accessible at any point in time.
Beautiful. And that's really the tip on this, so that you could just use it whenever you want to. So what I do is, as I guide you through, I'll tell you when to squeeze your earlobe and when to let go. All right?
Marvellous.
Fabulous. So what I want you to do is think of a time when you felt really confident. Is there a memory that you had? Doesn't need to be relevant to the what you're thinking about in terms of the confidence. Could be any time at all where you felt really
yeah. I have an example of when I felt the most confident, the type of confidence that I'd like to feel now.
Excellent. Okay, so take a moment to close your eyes.
Okay.
And just enable you to access that feeling of confidence right now. See what you saw, hear what you heard, And feel those feelings as you access that memory right now. Pop yourself inside that memory as if you're reliving it. Breathe how you breathe when you're confident. Say what you say to yourself when you're confident. And make that throughout your whole body. And if confidence was a colour, what colour would it be?
Orange.
Orange. Fabulous. What I want you to do is just hold your earlobe right now.
Yeah.
Just let that orange flow from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Breathing how you breathe when you're confident. Saying what you say to yourself. That every breath getting more and more confident. And then that orange just go throughout your whole body. Now let go of your earlobe for me.
Okay.
Fabulous. Okay, so you can open your eyes.
Okay.
And I'm just going to ask you a random question just so that you can think of something else before I test it. So cheese or chocolate?
Chocolate, please.
Chocolate, please. Okay, or why choose? So what I want you to do now is just to press your earlobe and notice how does that feel?
Oh, that's amazing. Just came flooding back.
Beautiful. Okay, lovely. Let go. So if I was working with Elizabeth, I would work on that over and over because a bit like the Pavlov's dogs, it has to have repetition. Neuroplasticity is incredible. And to create that neurological pathway, you have to repeat and have repetition over and over. So I'd do it again and again. And then Elizabeth would have it to use whenever she needed to. Whenever she wanted that, she'd just have to touch her earlobe and feel those feelings of confidence. So over to you, Elizabeth.
Okay, so a few times when I've used this for myself in the teaching profession. I've also used it on students as a class or as an individual. And I've also taught teachers to use this process. So it can be used in many, many ways for terrific outcomes. And yeah, is there anything to add to that, Emma?
No, I just think it's almost like having your own superpower, isn't it? It's being able to, you know, with a young person, for example, you could anchor within a classroom. So you could anchor, for example, if they've got a book, you know, every time they pick up that book, you could say, oh, are you curious about what's going to happen next in the story? And then they can hold it.
Yeah, grab the book, yeah.
Yeah, very good. So,
and of course, the other ones that I'd like to add to that are spatial anchoring. Yeah, and so with spatial anchoring, I taught English language, so grammar was critical, and I would have the past on the far right, the present in the centre, and the future to the far left. So whatever tense I was teaching in, I would stand in that position. When the students were speaking to me, I would stand in the position of the tense they were using. If they were to switch tense, I would switch position. They would notice and self-correct. It was a very powerful tool. And obviously you can use that in whatever subject you're teaching. Just anchor whatever it is that you're looking to teach. So that's spatial anchoring. You can have proximity anchoring as well. So if a learner's being less than conducive to a healthy learning classroom and state, move yourself closer to them and they'll soon become less comfortable and stop. When they stop, move away. And they will soon learn that will become an anchor of where you're positioning yourself as to their behaviour, and they will self-check their behaviour very quickly. So that's a couple of spatial anchorings. Anchor your own emotional state before you go into the classroom. You know, that classroom. Yeah, get yourself into the confident state, the happy state, the healthy state that you choose to enter that room with. And of course, the emotional states of learners. To work with an entire class on their emotional state ahead of their exams is such a gift to give them. So work on their emotional state for confidence, for knowing that they've got this, and allow them to go into those exams with that gift. Just a few.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I love how this can make such a difference in education and with our young people. So thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and look forward to sharing more NLP with you very soon.